Hello guys, this is Vaish. So MCQ number 81 to 90 of UPSC 2019. This video is a must watch for every serious aspirant because here we are not only giving you a solution based explanation, we are giving you how to solve MCQs in the exam hall. Okay, so 2020, 21, 22 or whichever you are preparing, you should know how to do this. Okay, because this is the only skill which will make you clear the cutoff in prelims. No matter how many books you read, how many videos you watch, still you will not solve test series or exams until you have solved previous year papers. Okay, so they take it from me, if you don't do this you will not clear this exam. Okay, and we are telling it very seriously. We have seen the results of the previous year students also who did not take this seriously. So these things which you see is for revision for 2020 students. If you feel like now the time is almost up, only 50 days are there, till now I did not touch science or I did not touch medieval history or something which you feel you have not touched and you want to study from very genuine sources. So these are combinations we have made for just a limited time. Okay, only for revision. Usually we don't give like this. So current affairs, any older months or previous months or anything, okay, if you want you can go through it and WhatsApp us. Okay, I'll explain at the end of this video again, but now we'll go to the today's MCQs. So most of the questions today are history. Out of I think 8 out of 10 are history questions. So Kalyana Mandapa, okay, like this is a feature of which kingdom? So this is an ABCD type question. So in ABCD type question, what you have to do is, if it is not even heard, you have no idea, please don't do it. Okay, if you have no idea, there is no word matching with this thing or with the name of this thing, you cannot guess something. Okay, then please don't do it. You have to skip this. Okay, because medieval history questions and art and culture questions are very less in the full question paper, and that decides the negative marks of each student. Okay, because most students have this overconfidence that I know this, I am very good in history and I have to do it, but it mostly goes wrong. So if you have not heard it, please don't do it. Here the answer is D, Vijayanagara, and it's mentioned in the basic Wikipedia page also. So here you can see Kalyana Mandapa is ceremonial hall, and many other things are there like this tall Raya Gopurams, and see here carved pillars are there. Then here one temple name is there. So these things, when you see keywords, just try to remember it or note down it, so that next time when something comes from any of these, you should be able to answer it. Okay, so this is about the first question, and most of the questions today, if it's very factual, there's nothing much to explain. Only thing is I will tell you whether you have to attempt this or not. Okay, and where to learn it? You have to learn it from Satish Chandra books or Nitin Singhania books. That is where you study medieval art and culture and all those things, and NCERTs also. This is a very interesting question which was solvable from our test series also last year. So 2-3 terms are there. One is AMIL. AMIL, they are telling it's in charge of revenue collection. Okay, in Delhi Sultanate. So this is one thing. So next one is ICTA system. It's an indigenous system they are telling. That is the Indian system. Then Office of Mir Bakshi was started during the time of this thing, Khalji. So if you see here, these are very basic terminologies which is all mentioned in your Satish Chandra textbook. Okay, so AMIL, here in our MCQ also we have shown this Karori experiment. Karori or Amil, it was actually the person who did the same thing, the measuring the land and collecting the revenue, and which is under cultivation. Okay, so that job or that position is called Amil, and we have told, and that is what they have asked. So this is actually a true statement. Second statement, the ICTA system of Sultans of Delhi is indigenous. Indigenous means started much before these people came. That's an Indian system, but that is wrong. ICTA system or Iqtidari system was started by Iltutmish. If you see here, slave of slave, Iltutmish is a person who started Iqtidari system, and this is our snippet card screenshot. Okay, snippet card also many questions are solvable from the 2019 paper. Then third one, Office of Mir Bakshi came into existence during Khalji. This is also wrong, because this Bakshi, Mir Bakshi, everything was started by Akbar. Okay, that is the Mughal Empire, which comes much later than Khalji. So this is actually one more important thing which most of students don't know, like which kingdom came first. That means you have not even studied the basics. Okay, so for example, you should know like slave dynasty comes, then Khalji dynasty comes, Tughlaq comes, Sayyid, then Lodi. So this SKTSL is the mnemonic which I teach my students. So if you know this, and at least a basic timeline like 1206 or something, this Qutbuddin Aibak will start this. Okay, you know, like Qutub Minar, everything is started. Then Khalji will come. Even now movie has come, Alauddin Khalji and all. So SK, then Tughlaq is there. You know, like Muhammad bin Tughlaq also is referred here and there all the time in movies. Sayyid dynasty and Lodi. And why Lodi is the last? You can remember like Battle of Panipat happened in 1526. First Battle of Panipat. Okay, where Babur will defeat Ibrahim Lodi. So like that, if you remember the starting and ending, you know around the timeline. Like no, you will never make a mistake like Tughlaq is around 16th century or something, because you know like he's somewhere in the middle of this. So his timeline here should be around 13th century, 14th century, that kind of time. Okay. So this is the basic timeline. This is important. When next question comes, I'll show you. They are asking about the contemporary personality, like Alauddin Khilji met this person, met Akbar, or this person met that person. Like that, they put a statement, means they're asking the timeline actually. So this basic, try to remember SKTSL. After this, in Mughal also you have to study actually, like Babur, Humayun, Akbar, Jahangir, Shah Jahan, then Aurangzeb, and even after Aurangzeb, there are a lot of persons after Bahadur Shah. That is there in my Spectrum series. I have taught you some 10 king names who will be the last 10 rulers of Mughal Empire. Okay, questions are coming from this, so it is important for you to study this, and entire thing is covered in our revision chart and snippet card. Okay, and test also. So here if you see Bakshi, term, Wazir, Khani, Saman, these all are explained in our test series itself. So here if you see statement 1 is true, statement 3 is false, and statement 2 is false. So answer will be 1 only. Okay, and we have confirmed with the answer key of UPSC also. So that is 1 only, and it's covered multiple places in our test series. Okay, and you have to study this from Satish Chandra. Next question is what I told, timeline. They simply ask the timeline of 4 personalities actually. Okay, see here, Nimbarka, Akbar, Kabir, and Sarhindi. So here everything was covered in a test series and table and snippet cards. If you see, it's basic timeline they're asking, like 15th century poet Kabir, okay, and 13th century Nimbarka. And Akbar, Akbar timeline I already told you, like after Babur only Humayun, then only Akbar will come. Okay, around I think 1605 or something he died, Akbar. Okay, but his timeline and Nimbarka timeline is totally different. So this contemporary thing is totally wrong. And then Kabir is influenced by Sarhindi. Okay, so Sarhindi, if you see, we have given a timeline here at the bottom. This is in my snippet card, one of the snippet card. So his timeline is, see, it is around the time after Kabir, meaning Kabir would have died by that time. Okay, then how can Kabir be influenced by a person who is not even born? Okay, so they are just testing you the time, testing the timeline, and here answers neither 1 nor 2. Another thing again, when you tell 15th century, okay, that means the timeline from 1400 to 1500. Okay, that is called 15th century. Some people don't know that, because when we give mains questions and all to write about, say, suppose 18th century revolt, immediately some students are directly taking and writing 1857 revolt. That is wrong. 1857 is a 19th century event. Okay, 18th century means it is 1700 to 1800. Okay, like Battle of Plassey and all happened in between this. 1757 Battle of Plassey, that's an 18th century event. So terminologies, please try to understand. Okay, it's very important, because 0 to 100, that year AD, is called first century. Okay, same like it's like you're calculating your birthday or Independence Day or something. Like yesterday when Independence Day happened, how it is? It is the 74th Independence Day, but it is 73 years of independence. Okay, because August 15th, 1947 was the first one. So first Independence Day it is, but it's not first year. First year will happen only 1948. I'm just telling you very basic terminologies. I know so you people will be thinking why I'm explaining, because we conduct mains exams, and when we give questions, we see students making such silly mistakes. Okay, so when you tell century, you should know what we are referring to. Okay, so this was solvable because all the 4 people are different timelines. Okay, and study all these things. Next year, maybe any other personality or any other philosophy will be asked. This is a very, it's not a very easy question, but it's solvable if you know basics of modern history and spectrum. Okay, so with reference to British colonial rule in India, consider the following statements. Mahatma Gandhi was instrumental in the abolition of the system of indentured labor. Okay, this was in news during the time of Sushma Swaraj when she was there. She was telling the Girmitia system. If you see here, Girmitia, okay, like people who were carried away from here and put as laborers in other countries for sugar cane cultivation and all those things. So that concept, okay, so Gandhi himself referred to him as the first Girmitia. Okay, so this is there, and that is true also. Okay, he and even Madan Mohan Malaviya was involved in these kind of things. So this is true statement, and it's covered in our test. Then this one, Lord Chelmsford, like Montego Chelmsford, when did it happen? 1918, 1919 time. So at least the timeline you will know. So that time, war conference, something called war conference, Mahatma Gandhi did not support the resolution on recruiting Indians for World War. So this one is a very difficult statement, because this war conference is not mentioned anywhere in any standard textbook. Okay, when you Google it, I tried Googling it today before making this video. So if you see here, where is it? Road to Pakistan, see here. It's mentioned. Okay, war conference convened by Governor of Bombay in June 1918, and here somewhere it will be mentioned, Gandhi supported the official resolution on recruitment with a single sentence in Hindi. With a full sense of my responsibility, I beg to support the resolution. So he's supporting the resolution. Okay, but this is a very complicated thing, like nobody will study from this kind of Google books and all. But we have already told you in my spectrum also, like Gandhi was always support of the World War. Okay, because even the protest or quit India or something, he would not conduct. He would not conduct when war is going on actually. Okay, during the First World War time, I'm telling. He was always in support of the war. Like we should not trouble the Britishers because they are already at war. That was his principle, and others were not happy with that also. So that is actually not support is actually false. Okay, he supported the recruitment and he supported the war. Okay, so second statement is wrong, and if you eliminate second statement alone, you will get the answer. So even if you did not study from that Google book or something, I had taught you in Spectrum that he supported the war. So obviously he will support recruiting Indians also. Now this one, consequent upon the breaking of salt law by Indian people, the Indian National Congress was declared illegal by the colonial rulers. So this one is not required to solve this question, but here in my Spectrum, this is a screenshot. Government's attitude after the salt satyagraha and all this in 1930s, the goodwill of INC was lost. Okay, they were not even considered a valid body by the INC people. So that they have mentioned in a very extreme way here, like it was considered as illegal, declared illegal. So but the meaning is same only. Okay, it is so this is a way you can deduce. It's not like the exact statement we can teach you. Okay. So these are the things, and this is how the answer will be 1 and 3. Okay, it was declared illegal after salt law, and Gandhi was involved in this thing. Indentured labor abolition. So again, I think explanation is same thing whatever I told you, Spectrum lectures and screenshots, and how to solve it. And see, this Girmitia was in Jan 2019 news. Okay, and it was asked in June 2019 prelims. Okay, see, Gandhi and Malavya. Next question. This is again a difficult question, I would say, and you should ideally skip it if you have no idea about it. But if you have done Spectrum, 1 or 2 statements was solvable. Okay, like for example, they are asking the position held, which is a very difficult thing. If they ask the body itself, it is difficult, and within the body, they are asking the position also, president, secretary, member. So it's very, very difficult. Okay. So here if you see, Tej Bahadur Sapru is All India Liberal Federation. Here if you see, we have taught it. It's there in Spectrum. So it's not a very big thing or something like we invented it. It's there in all standard textbooks. So president, that is one thing which you may or may not know, but still to take a guess, it is true. Okay, because he was part of that body. Then KC Niyogi, only place where we have taught you is when the finance commissions came. The first finance commission, he was a person. So he was the chairman. So at least you will know his timeline with what we taught you. It's around 1951. That is the time of the Constituent Assembly also. Okay, before that 2 years only Constituent Assembly was there. So at least the timeline will match. So I'm just telling you what we have taught and what you should know at least from now. Okay, it's okay if you could not solve this, and you should ideally skip it also. And again, Communist Party of India, there is M.N. Joshi or M.N. Roy. There are many people. Okay, so P.C. Joshi, I don't think anybody will teach you, but this answer is actually right. When we checked with the answer key, 1, 2 and 3 is true. Okay, so when one clue I can tell you is, if no other option, you have to still go for a cutoff mark on something, and if UPSC gives such kind of difficult words, difficult combinations, 99% it will be true. Okay, I'm just telling you, don't do this as a first reading, first attempt in the question paper, but after everything is over, now you still need one question to solve. You should understand that UPSC itself know that you will not by heart all these things, president, secretary and all. So maybe they'll give the right thing only. Okay, so that is a very, or if anything is known, everyone will do it. Your person sitting next to you also will do it. So see to it, like see such questions, a very, very difficult combination of historical events will be true. 90% will be true. Okay, because we are not learning this from anywhere. Okay, so that is how this can be solved, or the answer is 1, 2 and 3, at least now by heart this, so that elimination can be done if again it repeats. Okay. So question number 86, Tansen, this was actually picked up directly from a newspaper article. I'll show you that newspaper article also. You have to tell which is the false statement, not correct. Okay. So Tansen was the title given by Akbar. Then Tansen composed Drupads on Hindu gods and goddesses. Tansen composed songs on his patrons. Tansen invented many ragas. So if you apply common sense, B, C and D, everything is very general statement, which Tansen can do. He's not like a very like Muslim person or something like that. He will do Hindu god songs, he will sing for his patrons, and he will invent ragas. So this, if you use by common sense, you can directly assume that this is this thing. But if some coaching institute taught you by mistake that Akbar is the one who gave title, then you will make it incorrect. But nobody will teach you like that because it's a wrong thing. Akbar used to call him like Mian, like that he will call, but not Mian Tansen. Okay, Tansen was given by some other king. Let me see whether I have given notes here. Yeah, it was given by Raja Vikramjit Singh of Gwalior. Okay, Akbar gave him the title of Mian. So this, if you know, or at least if you apply common sense, it's good that you did not study this sentence itself. Then with common sense, you would have given the answer as A. Okay, so it's a Hindu article, and all these things I'll show you. It was like directly picked up, okay, from the Hindu article. The legend of Mian Tansen, which came last year. So here, whatever they ask, like Hindu god, goddesses, see, favorite ragas, composed songs on patrons, Drupads on Ganesha. Okay, so whatever is there, they just put it in a general way in the exam. Okay, and see, title was given. So first sentence. So this Hindu article was the one which was referred to make that question to you. So that's why reading Hindu and Indian Express or whichever newspaper is very, very important for your prelims. Question number 87. Who among the following Mughal emperors shifted emphasis from illustrated manuscripts to album and individual portrait? Actually, this one could have been solved if you did previous year question paper. One old current affair was there where who was very much into paintings or something, who moved paintings from one room to another, something very invalid kind of question was there, and that time answer was Jahangir. So here also answer is Jahangir only. It was his time when the small paintings changed into bigger individual portrait kind of concept. Okay, like Akbar was the time when lot of miniature paintings were there, small books were there, epic like Ramayana, everything was illustrated and converted to Persian language. So many things were there in Akbar's time. But after that, portrait drawing came in the time of Jahangir's reign. It's not like it came, but it reached its height. Okay, it was like more and more detailing was done, and they did more paintings of European people, European buildings, and European personalities. Even I think the king and queen kind of painting, something he did and he gifted to them, or something like that, all happened in the time of Jahangir. And if you see here, own life, individual portrait, studies of birds, flowers, animals, all these things related, big paintings used to come in the Jahangir time. So it's a by-hearting fact which you have to do, so that next time it comes you can answer this. 88. This now, okay, history questions are over, I think. Which one of the following national park lies completely in the temperate alpine zone? So here the word completely is the one which actually is deciding the answer. Okay, first thing you have to know the location of these things. Also, it's very difficult because everything was near the Himalayas, so it's very difficult to answer this. So locations, if you take, Manas is in Assam, Neoro Valley is in West Bengal, and then Namdapha is in Arunachal, and Valley of Flowers in Uttarakhand. So at least by common sense, if you know the place names, because it's completely alpine, you will eliminate Manas and Neoro. Okay, because you know Assam and West Bengal, it will not be the alpine completely. So now Arunachal and Uttarakhand, which is always confusing, and people will 99% go for Namdapha only. But the answer here is actually Uttarakhand. Okay, because in Arunachal, you know, Indian map in the eastern side, like this, the bend which it's having, and it's coming like this, Arunachal. So here it's not only completely alpine, the other type of things are also there. Okay, ranging from evergreen to deciduous to coniferous, everything is there in Arunachal, and that was actually another previous year question. So if you know that one, at least, like Arunachal Pradesh has this kind of climate and this kind of vegetation, you can solve it. So that's why I'm telling, previous year questions always help you solve questions. So Namdapha you should eliminate because of that, and this Uttarakhand region, this is completely in the alpine region and famous for this alpine meadows. If you take Wikipedia page also, full thing they're talking about alpine thing inside that. Okay, but Arunachal will not be like that. So answer here is Valley of Flowers, where it is completely in the temperate alpine zone. This one is a very general, easy current affair. AIM, Atal Innovation Mission, which is always there in the news. It is actually started by Niti Aayog. Okay, so this one, I think it was asked earlier also around 2016 time. So here we have taught you even more, like what is Mentor India program, what is Atal Tinkering Lab. So these everything is related to Niti Aayog. Okay, here 1, 2 only. So other two statements are wrong, that in a test series you can study. Okay, it's not like by the assistance of NCERT, and it's not like a scheduled class, it will be a non-scheduled class. So here answer, it's an older current affair, so that's why you should know UPSC ask older current affairs also. Okay, so Niti Aayog started Atal Innovation Mission. Now question number 90, last question for today, a very direct question from geography NCERT, basics of NCERT, okay, which even I explained in multiple videos, like what is winter solstice, what is summer solstice. You should know, like summer solstice means in northern hemisphere it will be different and southern hemisphere it will be different. Okay, northern hemisphere, this June 21 means it is the long day time and a shorter night time, and in December 22 it will be winter solstice in the northern hemisphere itself. Okay, like India, we are in India, so we are in the northern hemisphere. So for us, summer solstice is in June 21 and winter solstice is in December 22, where it will be opposite, where days will be short and night will be long. But same time in southern hemisphere it will be wrong, it will be the other way, it will be reverse way. Okay, like this June 21 in Australia, if you go and see, it will be the other way, it will be shorter days and longer nights. That is, our winter solstice behavior will be there in Australia's summer solstice. So that common sense you should have, okay, based on hemisphere. So simply don't tell summer solstice means longer day, it will be longer day in the northern hemisphere. Okay, and this is a basic picture which I have explained multiple times. So here they are just asking on 21st June what? The sun is what? Okay, so answer is actually sun does not set below the horizon at the Arctic Circle. So this picture itself, you see 6 months of day at the pole. Okay, and the Arctic Circle 24 hours of daylight. So this is what they have asked, does not set. That means 24 hours of daylight. And all the other things, if you see, it's like they are asking Tropic of Capricorn, shine vertically overhead the Tropic of Capricorn, and because that is not the time, that is when actually southern hemisphere is having the summer season. Okay, and this is shines vertically overhead at noon of the equator. So equator thing you can cancel. Okay, this thing 21st June and December 22 is all related to Tropic of Cancer, this line, or Tropic of Capricorn, this line. Okay, and does not set below the horizon at Arctic Circle. This will be actually the other way. Okay, the other time, winter solstice time. Here if you see, it's like 6 months of night at June 21. It's not the other way. So these are very basic geography which you should learn from your NCERT itself, and expect such questions also, because UPSC is not asking any core tsunami or volcano types or mountain types or plateau or anything. They are playing with the earth or climate or oceans or that kind of things in the geography questions. Okay, so please focus more on them. So that is today's questions. This is the test series. Again, as I told, this pack 1 is for entire 100% syllabus revision, which includes revision chart, snippet card, everything. So you can do entire revision in 50 days. And history, you can buy this. Spectrum is like a subset. Pack 3 is a subset of pack 2. If you want only spectrum, you can buy pack 3. NCERT, only history, geography and economics, because questions will come only from there. Then geography, environment, science, which includes maps also. Then polity test, which is 100% Lakshmikant coverage with page number we are giving. So you can read and revise entire Lakshmikant. Revision chart, snippet card alone, which I showed you thousands of questions and samples which are solvable. Then economics test, which includes the economic survey also, which is actually the best material which you will get in the entire country. Okay, economic survey which we prepared. It has hundreds of pages of notes also, and it is useful for both prelims and means. Then current affair, whichever year you want to prepare, you can prepare. Okay, this is the latest pack which we included because exam got shifted to October. Now again, in case it's getting shifted, we'll include more months. Okay, but as of now, this is important for your prelims preparation, 2020 batch. Okay. So, and this pack 11 is actually part of your pack 1 itself, because it's a 12 months. Okay, here if you see, only pack 9, 10, 12 is out of it, because it's older current affair or newer current affair. We have kept it for your individual choice. If you want to get it, you can get it. Okay, so this is just an offer price, else we don't give for such small packages. So if you want, you can WhatsApp me. I'll come up with the next video soon. Till then, enjoy your learning. Thank you and have a nice day.